The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
I have been through Joe Carter. I have been through Rondé Barber. I have been through Craig Kimbrell. I have been through an offense that goes anemic every October. I've been through Ryan Howard tearing his Achilles. I have been through
Yordan Alvarez.
I have been through a fourth or third down holding call that is debatable to this day. I have not ever been this angry at a team that I cheer for as I am tonight. Not at any point in my life have I been this angry at an organization, at a coach, at a team as I am tonight. There is no reason this team should be out of the postseason right now. There's no reason this team should not be lifting the Lombardi in a month. There's no reason that they should have been eliminated by a team whose quarterback didn't even throw the best pass of the fucking night for their team. There's no reason that the Eagles should be at home except for Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni. Both should be gone tomorrow. It is unacceptable to watch a football team with this much talent, with this much to play for, go out without a freaking cricket in the wild card round to a team who had no business beating them. A team who has no pass catchers, a team who hopefully, and I mean this as angry as I am, I hope that George Kittle recovers and gets to play next year and is successful. He's one of my favorite players in the league, and I mean that. No number one receiver, their best pass catcher gone in the first half. You're stopping what they do best and still cannot win the game because your offensive coordinator is your head coach's best friend and he has no idea how to call an offense. This is the last time we'll get to watch A.J. Brown play as an Eagle. The last time. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. There's so much to talk about. I am angry for so many reasons. I can't believe that this team is not playing next weekend. What a waste. Generational defense. Gone. What a waste. What a waste. It's all you, man.
I think it's as simple as look at what the 49ers coaches did with what they had and look at what ours did. I take Vic a little bit out of it because he has a track record of just playing well. But tonight, like, Bond and Nakobe were awful. Like, truly awful. Reed played terrible also.
Yeah.
The D-line got, very little pressure with their four-man rush. And we have to trust Vic because he has a track record, and this is just like the guys just didn't play well. Like Zach Bond and Nakobe Dean were terrible. Reed Blankenship was terrible. Truly terrible. But just look at what Kyle Shanahan did with the offense that he had and how he put his players into the best possible positions to give them a chance to win. And our team does
Regz,
the complete
Regz,
opposite.
He schemed open a fullback.
I know, multiple
times tonight.
And
Multiple times. And Kevin Patullo can't scheme open AJ Brown.
did you see that Devontae Smith and AJ Brown ran go routes on that last play? From like the 24-yard line. They were essentially out of the play.
Go ahead. Keep going. I can't.
They were essentially out of the play. You're running a go route with an end zone as a boundary. Like you don't. Anyway, it's just the offensive coaches do not put the players into advantageous positions. They do not put them into situations where they can succeed. It's that simple. If you want to see, for all the faults of Kyle Shanahan with the right time management, blah, 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 he was able to adjust and scheme guys open when they had no business being open. No business. And our coaches ran run plays on 3rd and 10 and 2nd and 20 and 3rd and 18. And it just I started bookmarking a bunch of tweets because some of them were really good. So I'm just gonna, here you go. I don't know who this is. I don't think he's in anybody, but anyway. Sirianni offers nothing. His connection with players was supposed to compensate for his lack of offensive mastery, yet he's fighting mid-game in the playoffs with star players. One staff maximized talent, the other is hilariously unskilled, riding the success of an elite GM. Shield. 49ers produced the highest single-game offensive success rate against the Eagles since Vic Fangio became their DC. Great game by Kyle Shanahan. Impossible to ignore the ability to do more with less compared to what the Eagles' offenses looked like all year. I think that's the simplest way to put it. You won the turnover battle, right? You got short field twice, and yet you still had 4 drives in the middle of this game with a chance to put the 49ers on their ass, right? To literally blow them out of the game. And I think you gained a total of 40 yards at most in 4 drives and scored what? I think they scored like 1 field goal, and that's because they had a short field with Quinion, with the Quinion interception. That's how you end up here when your coaches have an inability to adapt, to think outside the box, to come up with anything that will take advantage of the talent that you have. This is what happens. You lose to a team you shouldn't lose to at home in the playoffs.
In the second half, the Eagles called run plays on 2nd and 18, 2nd and 12, 2nd and 10, 3rd and 13.
I truly don't know how you could explain it. There's a lot of times we get on here and we see like the little maybe 1% that we're like, okay, maybe this, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see a 1% in those plays. I don't see I need to jump ahead
here for a second. I need to jump ahead to the final possession on 4th and 11. They can't even get. I know Brady was saying call timeout. He's only saying call timeout because they're never organized. And if you're an organized offense, you don't have to use the timeout there, and then you force them to have to run plays. They just knelt on it 3 times because we had to call a timeout because we can't get a play in. We can't be organized at any point in this game. There was a possession where the Eagles looked like they were playing recess football. Like they could not get organized at all. I am inconsolable right now. Someone texted me, it's okay, they'll be back next year. they wasted a prime opportunity. Like, I understand the defense wasn't good tonight. I totally get that. This is a good offense. And Kyle Shanahan's elite. He's elite. He's elite. But they still held him to 23 points. This offense, with that talent, not scoring 24 points is hilariously embarrassing. It like let everybody like make fun of us for an entire offseason. Just let them. They deserve it. They've earned it. The Eagles should be embarrassed about what happened tonight. There's no excuse for not throwing the ball over the middle of the field until the 58th minute of a game in which the opposition doesn't have their first through seventh linebackers on the field. What is happening?
But the plays we did call caused that guy to look good. Like, caused him to look confident, because that's how easy it is to realize what the Eagles are doing on offense.
I mean, I don't want to I know we're like responding, and we're, it's hard to come on right after something like this. Like, we are literally recording an hour after all of this ended. And I'm like, all of it's going through my head right now. I also don't understand how not one hold was called on the Niners tonight. Like,
oh my God, the one on Nolan was like unreal.
On the touchdown.
But they called the one on Cam Jurgens on Jalen's play. Like,
what are we watching?
Yeah.
And no defensive pass interference calls at all. Like, not one. Like, the AJ one down the sideline, the ball to Dotson in the end zone. Like, you could say what you want. Oh, they're both hand fighting. Like, stop. Like, stop. There was one penalty all night. All night. That's all that was called against the Niners tonight. And again, I'm not here as sour grapes. Like, the penalties mean nothing to me in the grand scheme of things. Like, it's still that the head coach hired his boy, and his boy wasn't good. Like,
not just not good, like historically awful.
Regz, let me ask you this. Do you put any odds on Nick Sirianni being fired?
Yeah, I think you have to. Because I just don't know how you can. It's such a. I don't know. Everyone has said this for a while with Nick. It's such an advantage to have your offensive play caller be your head coach. Like, it's such.
So many teams do it.
I know. When you have, and look, it doesn't work out all the time, right? See a bunch of coaches that just got fired this last go around. See Miami, right? See whatever.
The Browns, but
sure.
The Browns.
Sure. That might be a talent issue, but like,
that might be an organizational issue.
Yes. I don't think Stefanski's as bad as everyone thinks, and he's probably, not as good as everyone's making him out to be now. But when it's very clear that, look, I don't know what Nick does, right? We don't have access to seeing the things that he's supposed to be good at, right?
Yeah.
The culture stuff, all that stuff. But at some point, you're a football coach. You should be able to make adjustments to things. To our eyes, the Eagles have made 0 offensive adjustments this entire season. Yeah. After leading the league in 3 and outs, having the worst offensive year in terms of success rate of the past decade plus of the Eagles, right? After no offensive players making the Pro Bowl for the first time in 5 years, 6 years, whatever it's been. And to the naked eye, right? Looking discombobulated, looking late to get plays in, looking slow, looking just downright bad.
Yeah.
And no adjustments were made whatsoever to try something different, to try something different scheme-wise. Maybe something... Well, you saw Grant Calcaterra still out there trying to block people. Cam Latu wasn't out there. Like, how could you possibly watch film and look past that, right? And not make an adjustment? I just don't... I don't know what Nick brings. And look, you're not going to win all the time in the NFL. You're just not. But you have to be able to make it, like, you have to be able to get through that and do what you can to make the team better. Nick is a front runner head coach. He's a front runner head coach. Everything's great when you're winning, and you're winning a lot. He can't make the necessary adjustments to get a team from losing to winning, from doing something poorly to doing something better. He hasn't shown an ability to do that. And he sucks at picking coaches. Offensive coaches, at least.
Yeah.
And that's just where we're at. So with the team that you have, with the money you're spending on offense, with all those things, I'm not sure how you can't be looking at it.
So,
and maybe you can just hire like we've been talking about for weeks and months. Maybe you hire Mike McDaniel to just be the offensive guy, and Nick literally doesn't have to do anything. He just does the interviews, right? And he maybe tries to stay out of the way. But like, I don't know how that works anymore.
Some of that depends on what offense comes back, because, you know, reports coming out of the locker room are that AJ Brown declined all conversation with the media, went around, dapped up teammates, and left, including Jalen. He dapped up Jalen and he left. And I think for me, some of that a frustration with play. Now, look, we need to call a spade a spade. I don't want to, I feel like we've thrown a lot of shade at play callers tonight. And I think all of that is deserved. But there were some major drops tonight. I don't necessarily want to call out AJ's drop. The first one, it felt like that ball was just not where it needed to be. The second one, he needs to catch that ball. And the one right before the Goddard catch, he needs to catch that ball.
Yes.
Saquon had a drop coming out of half. Took his eye off the ball and watched the closing in defender. And then Devontae, man, that, you know, Brady made it seem like that was a bad throw. That was not like, that's a ball that Devontae catches.
It's also that one's a really hard, like, he's about to get killed. Like,
yeah,
even if
that.
No, I get it. Look, he's Devontae Smith. I'm not saying like he never catches it. That one was the hardest of the ones we've just talked about. Like, that catch would have been, and maybe AJ's second one.
Yeah, he tends to catch that ball, and it was where it needed to be. Like, he has to put it in that spot. Like, there's nowhere else to put it, because, you know, we're just running 4 fucking go routes. Right. Like, we're not running anything that is like it's 3rd and 11. Why are we running 4 stick
Why aren't we
plays?
trying to get 7 yards, 6 yards? Just make it easier on 4th down. That's all you're trying to do.
It's not what we do. Like, it's simply.
I'm shocked we didn't try and run for 5 yards.
I don't understand. I don't understand. My guess is, if you ask me to put down on it tonight, Nick's not getting fired. Honestly, I don't know who the head coach would be. I don't think there's one that entices me enough. What they need to do is just take the offense entirely out of Nick's hands.
Yes.
Like, entirely.
It needs a complete reset.
It can't be his offense. It simply cannot be his offense at all, plain and simple. Because even last year, it was his offense. And I'm looking forward to getting a healthy offensive line back. Like, and there's one positive out of this, it's that these guys get a full off season. It sucks because they actually played better tonight as an offensive line. Most
Jalen
of
bailed
it
on some
was good.
pockets like too
Yeah,
early.
he did. He absolutely did. But I can think of two. There might be more. Again, I'll have to watch it back, but I am really having a hard time tonight letting go of this team not advancing. I'm that Niners team is not good. They're not getting out of the next round.
No,
Like,
they're not. They're not
like
good.
they're not getting out of the next round.
Nobody's really that good in the NFC.
No, like if you have a competent offensive coordinator, like
Kellen Moore last year.
If Kellen Moore's your offensive
Yeah.
coordinator, you're winning the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we're not talking about like a really high bar here. We're not.
Just I understand that they had penalties tonight, and I understand.
But that's been all season.
I watch the game, and sometimes like people will text me like, well, that's thrown into triple coverage. Like, yeah, he threw into triple coverage on the last play because that's
the only route that was near the first down marker that was viable.
He did have to be fair, he absolutely had a look. He absolutely had a look at Dotson. But I just like I have a really hard time blaming Jalen like tonight. Like I have a hard time blaming Jalen on a night like tonight. Underrated moment, and this is, I don't know, if you asked me to rank the issues of the evening 1 to 10, this is probably a 7 or 8. But if Jake makes that extra point,
all they have to do is
field goal.
Yep.
They can kick a field goal, but to me, it's still bottom. It's bottom out of 10. Like it's like you had the ball coming out of half and you went 3 and out. Like you went 3 and out. Q had 2 picks and you got 3 points. You got the ball at the 50 both times, and you scored 3 points.
Yep.
Like that's unacceptable. Just unacceptable. I'm totally baffled by what I watched tonight. Like I shouldn't be. It shouldn't be surprising.
Yeah, this is what we've been watching all season.
All season. And here we are sitting here and saying like, what did I watch?
We watched what we've been watching for 19 weeks.
Here's all right. Let's go through. This is a tweet I'm literally just reading right now. The play calling in the fourth quarter of these incredible wild card games has been so impressive. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ready for this? Rams run switch verts for the winning score after hitting 4 verts several times earlier in the game versus Carolina. Bears dial up a stalk and go sucker off a perimeter screen for the winning score in the final 2 minutes versus Green Bay. Bills bluff an escort screen and hit the wheel for a go-ahead score versus Jacksonville. Jags come back with a naked boot versus an all-out blitz to take back the lead before ultimately losing. 49ers run a reverse pass from wide receiver Juwan Jennings to Christian McCaffrey on a wheel out of the backfield to take down Philly.
Also, what the fuck is Reed doing on that?
Oh, we'll get back to that. That's the art of play calling, not simply designing the right plays, but knowing exactly when to use them. Darren Orlovsky responds, Eagles ran standstill 2x2 4 verts 3 times on the final drive. LOL. All in caps. He tweeted LOL. All in caps. This is an ESPN talking head LOLing the Eagles after the wild card game. What?
And here's, like, we talked about Nick, but like, here's the other thing. What credibility does Nick have now? They threw him a bone by letting him pick someone for offensive coordinator because he won the Super Bowl. And this is what happened. This is what happened.
Oh, man.
Like, there's just nothing, there's nothing else to say or do. Like, you can't be a coach who can't make adjustments or can't change things or
a coach who can't call plays. Because here's the problem, Regz. You said it. Think about the league right now. Think about the teams who are succeeding. I know they lost last night, but like they lost because of that coach. Matt LaFleur just choked away last night.
Yes.
Ben Johnson did not. Kyle Shanahan called a hell of a game tonight.
Yep.
Called a hell of a game tonight. Sean McVay called a hell of a game last night.
And like, you can't say that AJ wouldn't be doing the exact same things that Puka does.
It would be awesome to have.
But you know what I mean? Like, you can't say like, oh, the Rams are more talented because they're not.
But Regz, here's the thing. Like the Eagles will deal with this for the rest of eternity unless they hire a head coach who can call plays. Like, this is what they're going to deal with. Nick can't call plays.
Yeah, or you just have to hire one of these guys as an OC. Like, you have to hire.
But at this point, like, if they come here and succeed, another, like, if McDaniel comes here and tears it up, he's going to get another head coaching job because he's still young, and someone will hire him.
Maybe he doesn't want to do that.
Dude, personally, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm at a point where I just want to hire a head coach who can call plays.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
And this might be very reactionary because but like, I'm watching all these head coaches and we don't have that guy. We don't have that guy. It is entirely exhausting to deal with this. I don't want a team who every other year is successful. I want a team who is every year successful. And right now they're every other year. That's who they are. And I cannot believe that this team is not playing next weekend. I'm just the AJ Brown won't be an Eagle next year. Get ready. They're going to trade him. They're going to trade AJ Brown. And deserved or not, like, he's the best receiver we've had in decades.
I mean, the problem is, if they don't,
not
Nick has to
decade.
If they don't, Nick has to be gone.
If they don't what?
If they decide he's more important, then Nick's gone.
Yeah, if they decide to bring him back, they're firing Nick.
Yeah.
And I don't know that's out of the question.
I don't think it is either. I don't think Howie's Howie's never shown like that he wants to trade really good players.
Like he's a top 5 receiver in the game.
Yeah.
And we're gonna sit here and we're gonna act like he's the problem. Like, I know he had drops.
Well, also, let's be honest. Nick Sirianni is more replaceable than AJ Brown.
That's such a good point.
That's it.
I just don't know who the head coach is.
I don't know who it is either, but AJ Brown is harder to find than Nick Sirianni.
Let me ask you this. Would you hire Cliff Kingsbury
as an OC or a head coach?
A head coach.
I'd rather hire McDaniel.
As a head coach?
Yeah. I think that Miami thing.
Really?
Yeah, I think that Miami thing was messed up.
Really?
Yeah, I think somebody tweeted like, and they had stats. So like, he made every offensive player better. So
I wonder what the relationship.
I think the
between
Tua
him
thing,
Vic
and
is.
I think him and Tua would like just weren't.
But what about Vic? Like, because Vic was there,
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
and they did not do well together.
Yeah.
Now, some of that could be the Miami factor too, right? Like, some of that could be Miami being Miami, and it's hard to get to wrangle people in. My reason for asking about Cliff is like, you watch what he did in Washington with Jaden Daniels, and he can be a play caller. He can be a play caller. I don't know. I could be totally off there, but he's out there. They interviewed him when they interviewed Kellen Moore.
I would take
he-
Stefanski.
Yeah, I don't think I know enough about him to really have an opinion there. But I do think, again, it may feel very reactionary, but I am done. I'm done.
But you just
I'm
like,
done.
what about? I get it. He won the Super Bowl. I get it. He coached the team that won us the Super Bowl. I get it.
Who
But like,
won the Super Bowl?
No,
Like,
but
Vic won.
no.
the
But
Su-
what I'm saying is, you can't truly like deep down think Nick is irreplaceable.
No, he's absolutely replaceable. He's 100% replaceable.
And at this point, like, I think we've reached the point.
Yeah, I do think there's some argument to be made of like, what coach is going to want to come here if you're firing a dude who's a year removed from the Super Bowl, though?
I feel like there's plenty of guys who would want to come and work for Jeffrey Lurie and how Howie Roseman.
I'm sure. But let's quickly talk about some of the defense stuff, right? Because I've not seen Zach Bond overrun that many tackles like ever.
He was a zero tonight.
Yeah, he struggled. I'm not sure why, but he really struggled. N'Kobe, I will tell you what Brock Purdy did a lot tonight, and it was quick snap. They were not set many times, and he quick snapped. He was not good. He was not great tonight. Like,
No,
let's call a
he
spade a
wasn't.
spade. Like he was not great tonight. He threw 2 picks. When they sent extra at him, he was useless. The difference in the game was a double reverse pass that he wasn't involved in. Like, he wasn't good.
That our safety leaves the one receiver out there.
I don't know what Reed was doing. I have no idea.
He played an awful game too.
He was bad. He was bad. The first drive, Q was bad. Q was much better as the game went on. They clearly were doing something on that first possession to mess with him. After that, he was a total lock. But yeah, Reed was not good tonight. Zach was
terrible.
Jordan Davis having to leave the game for 3/4 of possession hurt them quite a bit.
Yep.
Jalen Carter was basically a zero tonight too.
Nolan Smith and Jalix were zeros.
Well, Nolan would have had a huge sack if he was not held. I mean, just that was, and he set some good edges in the run.
He did have a few good run plays. You're right.
But they Vic did try and get cute too many times. I think trying to get home with 4. It was very clear that if he sent an extra or 2, that Brock was a waste. Like, he didn't do anything against extra pressure tonight at all. And they could not get home. And the fact that like Jalen Carter could not, make a play was brutal. It was brutal. Again, like we said, you said it on the show last week. They 27 points probably gets the job done. Unfortunately, they could not get there. I think I'll be curious to see what the next few weeks bring, if they are going to look for a new head coach, which I'm still doubting, that decision will be made fast. It's not going to take a lot of time because they're going to have to get right into the conversation.
Yeah.
But I agree with you from the sense of like, who's more exposable, AJ Brown or Nick Sirianni? I've seen a lot of tweets tonight that I agree with. Who's running to the phone to hire Nick? Like,
no one. No one. No one is the answer. No one.
I'm really at a loss for like how that even comes about. Dan Orlovsky just tweeted the Eagles offense. This is at 8:22. The Eagles offensive tape is really, really bad. And it's not just the coaching play calls. Well, that's fine. But I'm sure some of that is a result of weeks of bad.
I was about to
play
say,
calls.
it's been 19 weeks of this garbage. You don't think they're a little upset? You don't think they're a little annoyed? You don't think they're like a little frustrated?
Yeah. I mean, after 18 weeks, like,
if I'm Howie, I'm on the phone. Like, I'm at AJ Brown's house when he gets home. And like, look, man, don't worry. I'm gonna fix this. Don't, like, I know you're upset. We're not gonna talk about that. I will fix this.
Well, I think so. They'll have a pick in the 20s, early 20s.
Fran had him taking a wide receiver in his first mock.
Concepcion.
I don't remember who it was, but I just remember seeing wide receiver.
Yeah, you might have to pull that back out this week. Casey Concepcion would make sense from A&M. But yeah, I mean, they might trade AJ for a day 1 or 2 pick. Like, if they're keeping Nick around, AJ's gone. It's gone.
It was Concepcion.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he's a good player. He's a very good player. He's not AJ Brown, but he's a very good player. For me, he's probably, they're gonna have to search for offensive line this year. Like, not having Lane was, they kept running the ball under center to the right side. like
yeah. Why are we running behind Jordan?
The other thing that Brady kept talking about was like the lack of urgency. And
Yeah.
I've talked about it on the show quite a bit, how they don't like, they're out of the huddle late. They're running plays with now tonight felt better from that perspective. It did. It felt better. But I do think we're at a point after 5 years, Jeffrey wants a high-powered offense. He paid for a high-powered offense. And whoever they bring in, Nick still has his hands in this. It's every freaking year. And so I don't know who the guy is. Like, Kingsbury is a guy. Stefanski is a guy. If they're going to do it, they got to do it tomorrow. You can't wait a week and a half.
You got to get in on this.
You got to get in right away. If it's not tomorrow, Nick's going to be the head coach next year. Maybe KP is fired, but Nick's going to be the head coach. And so that's where we're at, man. Like, I don't have much else to really say tonight. I'm devastated. I'm devastated. I don't know what else to really say.
There might not be anything else to say.
I never expected this. I really thought they were going to win tonight.
Yeah.
I thought maybe we were having a different conversation in the NFC Championship game. But a one and done, that needs to be a conversation. It needs to be a conversation. It needs to be a come to Jesus. It needs to be a Doug Peterson accountability hold. There's got to be something here, because with that defense, it's unacceptable. Not scoring 24 points at home. What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Anything else, buddy?
No, it's tough. I can't believe they just lost to a team that is that bad and was that hurt.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to lose next week. Like, the Seahawks are going to beat the shit out of them in Seattle. I hope the Niners fans really enjoyed themselves. I've seen a lot of people on social media, Niners fans who, like, you know, grew up in the area and decided to cheer for Joe Montana and Steve Young and Jerry Rice, like T.O., because the Eagles weren't good then. Enjoy this, because Seattle's going to rip your face off next week. Seattle's going to rip your face off. We're going to get Seattle Rams NFC Championship game. I think the Rams are winning the whole thing. I know they didn't look good yesterday, but Matthew Stafford's Matthew Stafford. They're going to win the whole thing. I'm pretty convinced of that. And that's who I'm cheering for the rest of the way. I love Matthew Stafford, and I think another ring puts him in the hall. Might even put him in the conversation for like a top 5 to 8 quarterback of all time. And I'm hoping for him, because that's a dude who spent a good part of his career in a bad situation. And that situation traded him, and he's been very successful since. I'm not a huge McVay guy. I think McVay's kind of a douche, but I'm a big Matthew Stafford guy, and a big Puka guy. So I'll be pulling for the Rams the rest of the way. Do you got a team you're pulling for at this point?
No.
No.
Not,
like a lot of people have said the Bills. I'm not there.
I don't. Yeah. No. Nobody does it for me.
Here's why I tell you I'm not cheering for the Bills, because they're frauds, and I don't mean frauds talent wise. Although their defense is atrocious, and whatever, we can have that conversation later. They're frauds from the sense of it's a safety issue. It's a safety issue.
Yeah.
I ran it 7 times today. Yeah. Like what are we doing? They ran it 7 times today, Regz.
Yep. That's right. Oh, man.
So, I guess we'll be back talking about the Phillies.
Yeah, hopefully the firing of some coaches.
Yeah, I guess if they fire him, we'll be back quick. But otherwise, we'll be here Thursday trying to fill an hour of content for you. I don't really know what else to say. But thanks for listening. Thanks for being here all year. I can't believe I'm looking at a picture of Jalen Hurts smoking a cigar and holding the Lombardi and being robbed of it by whatever the heck I just watched for 18 weeks. Enjoy your off season. We'll be back. Follow everywhere. Subscribe, rate.
Thanks, everybody. Screw you, Kevin.
Bye, Kev.
Oh my God, deep to right field, way up there, and way out of here! The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions. Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you.
The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.